Welcome to what is the first declutter from my so-called rebrand. Yes, we are getting into the toy room, or well, so-called toy room. So if you're into that, make sure you subscribe. There's plenty of more declutters coming and clean with me. Eventually, I would love to have a separate toy room, but right now it's in my son's room, and it's just a difficult task too. Room clean or keeping the toy section clean is just not high on my priority at all. I go through so much in one day that we'll get into that a bit later on. I've been feeling a little up and down lately, but yeah, I just go through so much in one day that at the end of the day, cleaning up the playroom, cleaning up the toys, whatever, it's just, I can't do it. Like, emotionally, your girl cannot go through that, and like trying to get my kids to do it and encourage it when mama's not feeling great, it's just not happening. So the best that we can do for ourselves is to help reduce the mess so that there's less to clean up. And I did do a toy declutter last year. I've done these videos for quite a few years now, so hopefully I have a playlist somewhere, and you can go and watch that. I'll maybe try to link it. I don't know. If it's there, if it's not, sorry. Anyways, in that playlist, you'll see, kind of the things we used to have, the things that I get rid of, the things that come in and out of our lives constantly, and just, in general, how much I like to get rid of stuff, okay? Just a reminder, because I know someone will probably be like, yabba yabba yabba. I donate. I donate as much as I can. Broken stuff goes, and then I just give whatever I can to friends or whatever. Those are Filipino books. I had a picture of my men reading them to my daughter so she could like learn. Wishful thinking, okay? She knows no Tagalog. Well, like a little bit. Like body parts and numbers and a few little sayings. And saging. Saging is banana. But honestly, not enough to be worth keeping those books. That didn't make sense. Anyway, so this kind of first section that you see me going through is the stuff that's kind of packaged up in the clear containers. I get them from IKEA. They're usually like $2 or $3. Yeah, I got him a little camera because I'm vain, whatever. Gonna be like, Mum. But it's like pretend play, what else? Sensory play. These I just had to get rid of, okay? 3, 2, 1. We're gonna just... Oh, took me too long. That wasn't the greatest cut, but whatever. Yeah, so just kind of like more hands-on toys, more thinking toys. And my son has recently just grown out of the kind of more, I would call it the younger toys, the more babyish toys. And like that rainbow's gone too. And I did decide to keep those blocks. But yeah, he's grown up into a little man. Kind of hurts my heart. Yeah, but he loves anything construction, building, where he really has to use his brain. Like little Lego. He doesn't like Duplo anymore, babes. I need to get rid of the Duplo. I forgot to do that in this video. He doesn't like Duplo anymore. He likes the little Lego. I just don't want to talk about it, okay? The Duplo was here for a good time, not a long time, okay? So, hurts my heart. But, yeah. So, he's into anything construction. We have Zoobs. You'll see them later on. He's obsessed. Anything. Just teeny tiny little building things. Loves it. You saw some Jeanot in there. I have to put that out. I think that's how you say it. It's that, like... screws, nuts and bolts, washers, that kind of thing. Yeah, so I think I ended up keeping them, but my aim was just to get like 20 to 30% out this year. I don't know, man. Like, when I think about it, that's not a lot. Pretty much everything else that I've kept, they actually like to use. Some of those wooden puzzles, I probably could have gotten rid of a few more, but I decluttered quite a few later on in the video. Puzzles are just a fun one, aren't they, hun? Like, they're such a pain to store. If you have any tips, let me know. This is my sensory bin. And that little hand thingy, I don't know what you call it. I need to get a new one. They absolutely love that. and just a few other little bits and bobs I picked up from Kmart. Kmart is killing it at the moment with sensory toys. If you've got a kid that has maybe some special needs and is into that, highly recommend checking that out. And all these little flashcards that I made years and years ago with all these little pictures of Zayden's family and friends. Yeah, we said goodbye to them. He doesn't need them anymore. And oh, this is my vintage farm set. I was on the fence, whatever, about whether to get rid of them. Look, I'm going to give it a couple months and then see how much they use it. Last time they used it quite a bit, but we also have like 2 other farm sets, just in different styles, so like not necessary. So while I'm busy cleaning here, let me talk about what I like in preference for toys. Now, everyone can have their own opinion, okay? Do whatever you want. For me personally, I find for the best play for my children is with more wooden toys, no battery toys, and anything basically just like cognitive development and stuff like that, okay? We just don't want the junk. Although we do have a few little junky pieces here and there, I won't lie. Some of the stuff you saw in the sensory bin is probably just a little bit junk, but you know, we don't want to be the parent that takes away all their favorite things. Like one time I did try to like rotate out his like Hot Wheels cars, and literally he asked for them every day, and I was like, you know what, you can have them. Like, you know, there's no point in me trying to rotate that when obviously that is just something you are obsessed with day in, day out. But as far as battery toys go, you just saw those green like musical instruments. It's basically that and that little farm just up the top there that I showed you that are battery operated. And yeah, I'm fine with that at the moment. KFC, because I pulled that out from under the bed. How this kid gets his own food amazes me, honestly. If he knows that there's anything left in the fridge, he's like a raccoon in a bin, okay? He will find it. Anyway, about the battery toys, I find that the more the battery toys do, the less the kid thinks, right? Like, it does more and more for them. I just find that, you know, they're not a necessity, is what I'm trying to say. So we get through life without them. My kids are happy. They're not deprived. But you know what? If you give your kids battery toys, that's honestly fine as well. It's each to their own, and that's the great thing about parenting, right? Maybe sometimes not the great thing. But these few things up here, I have like a teeth brush set and like fake teeth, and then bristle bricks, and oh, this Pirate Pete had to go. Like literally just dropped it on the ground because I was so sick of that game. Oh, I cannot. And that's the Zoobs. He is obsessed. A few years ago, he could not care about them, I was like, oh, I wasted like $5 from the thrift store. Fun fact, I think they're no longer in stock. And also this had to go. It was like $25, and now, I don't know, neither of them care about, so that's gone. Just goes to show that in a few years, their toys can completely change and their taste can completely change. So, you know, it's always got to be a revolving door, the decluttering kind of thing. Anyways, we moved on to books. I really shortened this down. This was like a 36-minute video, and then I was like, nah, I got to compress this even more. Yeah, so you're welcome. But I thought I was going to get a lot more books out than I did. At the moment, we're kind of down to the one coined. Sorry, when I hear myself sometimes, I'm like, God did not bless me with a gorgeous accent. Yeah, so I just thought I'd get rid of a lot more, but you know what? We're down to the ones that they truly love. Probably could have gotten rid of that ABC one. They don't give a crap about that. Let's be real. And then up here, do you know how many times I have been gifted? We're going on a bear hunt 3 times, and I've decluttered it twice. So we're down to our last copy. Hopefully it doesn't pop up again. And literally the same hardcover kind of style. It must just honestly be a popular choice at the moment. This Ways to Play, I got rid of it because it drives me insane. But we also got like a dupe. I came out dupe for it, which is like the rubber, same thing basically. but it was like $100 online, and I got it for $5 at Salvo. So yes, but I'll probably just give that to my sister-in-law or something, because her kid loves cars, not train tracks. And then just, yeah, pass it on. Anyway, these IKEA drawers, lucky for me, I got them free off of Facebook. Definitely check Facebook before you go and get anything new from IKEA. I saw someone get rid of 2 Billy bookcases, the kind of ones that I wanted for our this bedroom. Actually, the exact spot you're looking at right now, but I just couldn't be bothered to go and dismantle it myself. But I was like, oh, they're in the color I want, in the exact size I want. They were perfect, but alas, she's too lazy, okay? Honestly, someone's got to keep the bloodline going, okay? We can't change this trend. Anyways, this is just like what I call the bits and bobs dumping ground. That white container literally held all my bits and bobs. So these little mice, I don't know what you call them. They have a weird name, Transylvanian people, or they rip the clothes off all the time, and it's just I'm almost at the point where I don't care. But most of this stuff went, unless it was something that they played with, like those fluffy balls, gone. Didn't give 2 hoots about it, but yeah, most of that was just gone, and it felt so dang good, okay? Some of the little bits and pieces, especially the wooden ones, that like train thingy there that I'm building, he's obsessed with it. But again, it's just that whole, I don't know what you call it, construction, I guess. I actually feel like the word's more like engineering or something. But yeah, this second drawer, actually, I have to shout out my Christmas tree, okay? She was the real MVP in this video. She's holding up the phone. I mean, a little sideways, but you know what, that's fine. She's gone. I don't know if I put that in the video, but she's gone now, okay? I've got the other one sitting out in my living room, and it's driving me crazy. But that's a story for another time, okay? This second drawer I knew was going to be like bing, bang, bomb. This was going to be the progress, okay? I had so much to get rid of. Like that school bus, gone. There was a xylophone ball running thing, gone. They don't care about it anymore, okay? And yes, I know I have cellulite on the back of my legs. Like, I don't care anymore. I don't know, like I see people that like cover up their cellulite and whatever, or they say they cover it up. I just don't care. I don't know. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that, are we? Sorry, like woof. I'm telling you now that if we were supposed to be heading in a straight line, you know that's not possible, okay? Like if it's a 5-minute walk straight, I'm guaranteed to slow you down and make it a 15-minute walk with a few little stops on the way. My brain, honestly. Unfortunately, I cannot have a filing system in my brain as much as I would like to. I want to tell you a little story in just a minute, but I'm letting you know now that this puzzle section, way out of control, okay? I just got so over it that I was like, what am I going to do? All these clear containers, I'm going to show you in a minute what I do with them, but I was like, the kids get in here, and if they're not supervised, honey, I tell you, every single one gets pulled out. They're like, oh, let's do this, let's do that, and then they don't put them back, and I'm just like, why am I holding on to these? Honestly, why? So what was my story? Oh geez, it'll come back to me. Hold on. Anyway, so this fish game, I decided to keep it for the moment. And then like a few days later, I literally got rid of it because I was like, they don't play with it. Like they fight over it, and that's the problem. And I try to not instigate. That's definitely not the word. Mediate. We try to mediate around here, not instigate. But you know what? Some battles are just not worth fighting. So that went, and they don't love it that much, okay? So my story that I wanted to tell you, because look, I went back over and I was like, what was I talking about? If you struggle with ADHD, just like go back a few steps. That's the biggest thing that's ever helped me when I've tried to manage my way around life. Like I'll be on Instagram looking at something and I'm like, oh, I have to like go and search this, or I have to go and do this, or whatever. And then I forget like 2 minutes later what it was that I had to do. So I go back through the videos, and then somehow, I don't know, it's like a rewind system, like a life hack that I didn't even know was a thing. It brings me back to the previous thought, which, oh my God, when I tell you it saved me, baby, it saved me. Anyways, before I forget like a second time, because look, let's be real, that's not like me to do that. The story was, back in the day, I had this college teacher. I did this business administration course, and for some reason this topic came up about the way that Australians talk. And she was like, she's Aussie herself, and she was saying about the way that Aussies talk, it's a very unique way of talking, and that at the end of every sentence, we either finish it like it's a question, or we finish it where it's high-pitched. So when I listen back to my videos, often I can hear that and I rethink about what she's talking about. But then also sometimes I like redo them because I notice it so much. Like even then, like so much, it's just a habit. I completely blazed past the little hack that I was showing you. My puzzles, not all of them because they don't all fit, but in these hard cases, you can get them from Kmart for like $3, and it just stops them floating around everywhere until your children learn how to do that themselves. And then, you know, doesn't help at all, does it? So I'm going to play a little song because I pay for them and I don't use them because I chit-chat away. So let me do that and then I'll come back to you towards the end.
We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. Don't know if I can decipher how your mind works. Yeah, you leave me wondering what it's like to feel your skin. I will keep on trying till you give me a sign. Give me a sign. Oh, give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one more. You leave me hanging, begging for more. Think that I'm addicted to this, can't resist to be a little risky and go for it, cause I want you close. I'm so exposed when you're keeping me wondering. You know I'd do anything to be in your arms again. So give me a sign. Give me a sign. Oh, give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one more, talking to you, and here we go again. Staying up all night to see if you've been texting me. Where do we go from here? I wanna go all in. So give me a sign. Give me a sign. I just wanna let you know I could go for this, no more tricks. We could take things slow. Say you think about it too. When the lights go out and there's no doubt that I should be with, that I should be. We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. So give me a sign. Give me a sign. Oh, baby, just give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one more, talking to you, and here we go again. Staying up all night to see if you've been texting me. Where do we go from here? I wanna go all in. So give me a sign. Yeah, give me a sign. Yeah, give me a sign. Just give me a sign.
Alright, I'm about to show you what we ended up decluttering. Darling, isn't she gorgeous? That's one whole washing basket of stuff and like a little bit of excess overflow there. So proud of myself. Dang, it is so needed. I'm gonna ask, I've already said this 3 times, but I'm gonna ask my sister-in-law if she wants anything. But like low-key, she was telling me the last time we caught up that she didn't want any more toys, and like her kids have way too much, so don't know how much I'll be able to give away to her. But you know, like I thought it honestly wouldn't be even that much. Like I was like, oh, we're gonna be struggling to get rid of stuff. But also, like, I don't want to get rid of things like my kids' stuffed toys, like all of them. I want to keep like one or two sentimental ones, just because, like, in the future, I don't want my kids to be like, Mom, you never kept anything. Like, I don't want my decluttering, or my air quotes minimalism, to affect them in the future. Like, oh, you never kept anything special, which I do have little boxes for them, and all their, like, his first painting, his first thing from preschool, his, you know, whatever. Like, I keep some sentimental things so that in the future, after I've held on to it for like 15 years, he can look at it and then throw it away. Just don't want to cause trauma, you know, like from not keeping anything of his. So we do keep some stuff, but you know, just trying to find that healthy balance of what do they need and what is just honestly junk. And like, I don't even know if thrift stores take soft toys, because I don't see that many. Some of them I don't see that many, but also then some of them are like overflowing, and it's like, stuffed toys are just honestly one of those things. It's like, you know how in NSW they were like, ooh, plastic straws are the worst thing for the environment. No, babes. No, like, I know you got rid of them. What you should have done was ban soft toys, okay? These things, or at least limit how much is put out there, because these things, you get given them all the time, and then they end up in the bin, or they end up donated, or garbage. I know my auntie used to buy the ones from op shops and thrift stores and stuff like that for like $1 or $2, and then she would just give them to her dogs and my grandma's dogs, and they would just like use them like tug of war style. So yeah, at least to get some kind of life. If you are wondering why the lighting's a little bit off, usually it's a bit brighter in here. His Majesty did ask that we have the light off while he rests and watch us clean up. Yes, he's quite the little prince around here, but I just wanted to get through the last of the declutter, which was those wooden kitchen things. The kitchen, like, is one of those things, it's like I spent $200 on it, and all they do is sit inside the fridge and play hide and seek. So like, yeah, get it, but like, also, can you actually use the rest of it? But oh well, you never know how things are gonna go, right? Anyways, after I had like done the last little declutter of this stuff, I wanted to do a toy rotation. Excuse me, it is quite late, but babes, I was telling you, I am over this bubble machine. It just causes so much mess and I can't handle it, so it went. And after His Majesty left, we were able to turn the light back on, thank goodness. But yeah, getting this toy rotation done. Look, I've been a bit slack, okay? I've left them for kind of a long time, okay? I'm whispering because I'm kind of embarrassed about it. It's been well over a month, okay? And I'm like, oh, why don't you play with the toys in your... No, they're not interested because they've used it so much, but I've used to be so good. It used to be every single week, and it was like the highlight. Oh, that's so sad. Okay, not the highlight of my week, but you know what I mean. Like, I got some kind of joy out of it. No, now it's just like stressful, and they're like pulling out the other toys, and I'm like trying to keep everything contained. So I was like, this has to get done. But you know what's miraculous? I've managed to keep all the rings for this little toy. I don't even know what you call it, but I guess a counting puzzle. I was like, oh no, I'm missing like 4 or 5 of them. I found them eventually just behind the shelving system I have there. But it's a miracle around here. And I wanted to donate this doll, that's why I'm half showing it to you. But we got given it for Christmas. Oh, I'm gonna sound, I don't know. We got given it to Avia for Christmas, okay? But she already has like 3 or 4 other dolls, and it was in good condition until my kids got to it. But I was like, you know what? And it's not from someone that's really that close to us either. So I just was like, okay, I'm gonna donate it. And it might sound like I'm horrible, but you know, what am I going to do? Keep it and then get rid of it? Like, I feel like someone will get more joy out of it. Just, you know, having it kind of new, mostly. Like, having all the parts and whatever. So, yeah, we did a little bit of a switch up out here. And, like, I just want to say thank you for being here. I know this was, like, 25 minutes of mostly me chatting away. But I hope you either got something done or it, like, inspired you a little bit. Make sure to subscribe. Needed to edit this for a minute. Hold on. But yeah, make sure to subscribe and join, and I'll have a clean with me soon, I'm sure.